Oh. So we are a little past the midpoint. I can't believe it was a fake Mario all the time, so we were all fooled. I'm so sorry, Mario. After all you've done for our town, did we hurt your feelings? You're a braver man than I, Mario. Such fortitude. You're a true hero. You've brought a shining ray of light to our dim little town. To legit town thanks you. To Light Town thanks you. Hey Mario, we need to get back to Rogaport, right? Let's go. Please come back to visit anytime you like. So in all other versions of the game, Vivian is referred to as a boy. In the same context, Birdo is referred to as a boy in games Birdo appears in. Now, this is one of those cases where I think the localization was being fair. Because they wouldn't have had the foresight to know how people would react. The Birdo stuff was a lot easier to dismiss in Super Mario 2 as a localization error. Since the game wasn't even released as Mario 2 in Japan. but usually when you encounter a character that presents female, an English localization, unless that character explicitly calls themselves something else, you just have to go with what they present as. But you recall the scenes Vivian has already been in. It does seem like there is a reason why Vivian's sisters are nasty to Vivian. And it likely is not the incompetence. Oh my goodness, Mario. Would that be an email from Princess Peach? My dear Mario, I've finally learned what the legendary treasure is. My dear Mario, I finally learned what the legendary treasure is. It is the spirit of a demon. The X-Nauts plan to revive this 1,000-year-old monster. And use its power to take over the world. They're collecting the crystal stars so they can open the 1,000-year door. You may I am. They'll find this demon's spirit. But the only thing that can keep it locked away is the crystal stars themselves. You must not let them get the crystaless tears. You must not let them get the crystal stars. Please, Maria, you must put a stop to their horrible plans. Princess Peach. An ancient demon spirit. What can the dog for a Nintendo gain? Like I don't think any of the Mario games actually get this start. Except maybe. Which Mario and Luigi game was the one with the aliens? Partners in Time. So, Partners in Time, they actually drain the life force from the Mushroom Kingdom inhabitants. Basically a pod people type story. Invasion of the Mushroom Snatchers. That probably the darkest plot I've seen in a Mario game. And Bowser is rarely a dark character. Oh yes, a tropical island. The last game had 110. We'd better hurry, don't you think? We should go up to the professor's office. We have to let him know about the princess's email. How does Vivian even know about the professor? Hello, Ace.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing fine. Whoa, 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 yeah. TH, that was written in Princess Peach's email. TH, that was written in Princess Peach's email. The legendary treasure is actually the spirit of an ancient demon. And those fiends want to use the power of the crystal stars to resurrect it. Oh? How bone-chilling. Sadly, it does seem to be consistent with what I've uncovered. Quit holding back, old May. What have you found out, Professor? The subtitles. That's a program I wrote. Herm, this is rather long, so you'd best listen well. Are all of you ready? And you there, in front of the TV, listen up, too. Hey, quit breaking the fourth wall. Only Toad can do that. Maybe I'm missing something. Are you talking to no one? Oh, never you mind. Don't worry about such trivial details. Just listen. I've played this game to completion before. Just not on stream. You want to know how many times I've played this? I've played it when it came out. I played it when I went to Alaska. I played it with my sister. So I'm not ignorant of the plot details. I haven't beaten the Pit of Trials. And to be honest, I think I didn't realize what the Pit of Trials was back the first time. So I just went through a tuition floor and was like, what do I get out of this? The Great Cataclysm that I read about in that book may well refer to this demon. It says that a monster destroyed a large town that once stood on this very area. Yep, but we keep visiting that destroyed town. It also says that the 7 crystal stars were actually created by this monster. And that this thing used the power of the crystal S-tiers to try and control the world. And that this thing used the power of the crystal stars to try and control the world. According to this book, the demon was defeated in the end by 4 heroes. Oh, sucks to be us then. Cause we can only have one partner out at once. Clearly, we should just stop collecting the stars. Then it can never be unsealed right. Nah, the plot must move forward. But only the beast's physical form was destroyed, its spirit could not be eradicated. So, the heroes used the crystal stars, which they had stolen from the demon. And they cast the evil beast into the depths of a vast maze and sealed the exit. From this, I gather that the crystal stars cannot distinguish good from evil. Well, so. Otherwise, the stars would not exist in the first place in the plot. So if they're all united, they could either seal away or resurrect the demon. It seems that who wields the crystal stars determines if they're used for evil or good. I guess we ought to consider not collecting the crystal as tears then. I guess we ought to consider not collecting the crystal stars then. Look, it's the smartest character. It would be awful if we found them all only to have them stolen for evil purposes. Does anyone think it might just be better to destroy them once and for all? That was my first thought too, but further research suggests we can't do that. There's a slight possibility that the thousand-year door is weakening. Oh. Of course. Ugh. Must have a plot reason to keep collecting them and redo the seal or whatever. It seems the crystal stars hold the power to seal the beast for 8,000 years. So, once 1,000 years pass, the power to keep the door sealed shut will fail. Oh, how convenient, we're here. And unfortunately this year may be the 1,000th year. Bad luck, huh? The fact that those goons want the stars now may be coincidence, but maybe not. In other words, we must be ready for the demon's return, even if the X-Nauts fail. So pretty much, the X-Nauts are just a side quest. They exist only to kidnap Peach and give us some distractions. One of the reasons I like this game. Is that even though it follows the same cookie-cutter plot as Super Mario RPG, Paper Mario, and Super Mario RPG. This game is the one where Bowser is just not the bad guy. Like in Super Mario RPG, he's a party member. Hit. No, that's right. Super Mario RPG, and Super Paper Mario, he's a party member. In Bowser's Inside Story, he's also playable. And I think in the Mario, Luigi games, he's more of a... Well, he's not the big bad to say the least spoilery thing. Oh, I guess we better find the rest of the crystal stars then, huh? Where do we start? From according to the map, it appears to be somewhere on Keelhaul Key. Keelhaul Key. I'm none too familiar with the place, but I've heard countless unsavory rumors. You know, the usual stuff, vengeful spirits full of hatred, evil curses, things like that. I'm sure the sea salt's down by the harbor no more. You should head there first. I guess we need the upgraded Hemi. Oh, but we can do this now. Right. Be right back.